It's deadline day for the transfer window, and as always, Forest are keeping everyone busy trying to get those last minute deals coming through. Welcome as we guide you through the final dealings going through and catch you up on everything that's happened since this morning's video, and a lot has happened. So sit back, get your popcorn out, make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, make sure you check out OK Jerseys, where you can get your shirts for 15 quid and use code FFTV for 15% discount for a limited time only. Scan that QR code or click on the link. All right, what should we start with? Should we start with a quick update and bring everyone up to speed? Is that
yeah, please bring me up to speed. I want to know.
Okay. So Forest have had a here we go on Luca Netz from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's a left back, 22 years old. It's for, I think, 2.5 million euros. It was a very cheap deal because he had 6 months left on his contract. He's been playing regularly there and at German under 21 level as well. So he's been signed. That one's done. I think they're just getting the medical over the line. Everything is expected to be fine. You not shake? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You always shaking your heads at the same time.
Well, I'm shaking my head because my dog's going ballistic.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm shaking my head because I'm having to sign on again on another laptop.
On another laptop.
Yeah. I like to have the live stream off on this laptop.
Okay. So it's a minor head shake. It's a minor head shake.
Eh?
Minor head shake. Anyway, so that's the update there. Okay, so that one is done and dusted. Now, he will be an understudy, obviously, to Neco Williams. With Neco Williams' suspension, we could see him coming straight into the team. We'll have to wait and see. I like him. I think he's a good prospect. There have been interest before in him from Man City and Spurs. In terms of what he's good at crossing a ball in. He's good at kind of pacey as well. He's quite a quick player. where the question marks will be for me against him will be physicality. I don't think he's bulked out yet at his age and everything else, but he's one that we'll have to see how he goes. Now, the one that's been back and forth with Celtic a lot today is Arne Engels, the midfielder, the box crasher, the box-to-box midfielder. Forest have put 3 bids in for him. Hold on, I need a drink. 3 bids in for him.
Can I tell you an interesting stat about him? In the attacking third, his pass completion rate is 82% for forward passes, which is pretty impressive, really.
Yeah, but you've also, and I can say this because I was born there, it is the Scottish League that he's competing with passes in, right? So
talk about that midfielder.
Yeah, that's what we're going on about. So there's been 3 bids. The final bid that's coming in was for 25 million, which I think would have been Celtic's all-time biggest transfer fee or second biggest transfer fee, which is crazy when you think about it. How much should we pay them for Hoyden? Wasn't it like 4 mil? Was it that much?
Yeah,
Van Hooydonk. Yeah, it was around, wasn't it? 4.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
So-
like Elliot Anderson vibes, though, when we said 35 million for him and no one's ever heard of him. And look what he turned out to be.
Yeah, but the thing is, O'Neill's not budging on it. Apparently, O'Neill said if Forest offer 100 million, they'll be a quarter of the way there to getting him. Now, I don't actually think he's that amazing. I think he's all right. I don't think at that value. I would have rather Forest went for the person they did go in for, which was Hackney from Borough. Now, Forest went for a late bid on Hackney this morning. Borough have flat out refused. and also Hackney wants to help them with their promotion campaign. So it looks like that's all she wrote on Hackney. So Hackney's dead in the water. And the other kind of headline to give you guys on, I don't know what's going on with my voice, Morato.
Okay.
Wolfsburg came in for Morato and 17 million was put on the table. Now, I had to clarify if they wanted us to pay 17 million, they were going to pay us 17 million. And believe it or not, they were going to pay 17 million for him. You heard me, Ahmed. You heard me. And Forest have rejected it, basically said not for sale. I was
crazy, mate. Crazy.
Flabbergasted.
Absolutely crazy.
Flabbergasted by that one. Absolutely flabbergasted. Would you have sold, boys?
Yeah, of course.
I would, yeah, but no, I wouldn't have, to be honest. Not without the backup. I don't think we have got better. We don't know enough about Jaya Cunha. I know you have to kind of throw him in and see what comes out, but I'm not convinced we've got the backup without him, to be honest. I know he's not great, but when you put him in a free, it works, you know. When he does his closing role, it seems to work. But he's not a starter for me. But at the moment, I don't think we've got the backup, so I wouldn't have sold him. No.
I'd rather start Zach Abbott myself. I know he's untested. I respect that. I understand that. But I just don't rate Morato at all. And if you can get 17 million for him, then get it.
Still got your boy Bolly as well, Ez, don't forget. He's still floating around.
Yeah, we still got Bolly, but when's the last time Bolly played a game for us, you know? So I don't know where he is at. Last season, he was quite reliable. You could bring him Bolly on and you knew he would close the game, but he's not a starter, is he? And that's the issue. We haven't got any starting cover at centre back as far as I'm concerned. Without Eminem, who's our backup? I like
Jair Cunha. I like Jair Cunha.
Yeah, you say that, but I haven't seen enough of him. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, but that's Sean Dyche not picking him. And like Ant says, I think I heard him say Zach Abbott. Zach Abbott plays well when he plays for us.
Zach Abbott is a centre back by trade. He's not a fullback.
He is, but we've hardly seen him centre back, have we?
Yeah, but that's his natural position, isn't it?
It might be, but
have you ever seen the Matrix where Neo goes to see the Oracle? Ez is giving me like those vibes. I can't take him seriously. It's like in a white corridor.
I'm not offering you any cookies, bro. That's for sure.
I need some.
Just before we get into the kind of nuts and bolts of everything, so a couple more things. Frattesi, the one I really didn't want.
Yeah,
so they've broken down why it's not happened. So he would have joined Forest. He was up for it, but Inter wanted to sign a replacement. The replacement they wanted was Curtis Jones from Liverpool. Now, I'd have rather had Curtis Jones personally, but that's a whole other debate.
Yeah. Let's take Curtis Jones.
Yeah,
but are Liverpool looking to sell Jones? Are Liverpool looking to sell him?
Well, patience, young Padawan. Patience. I'll tell you. Hold on, here you go. He's fine.
Oh,
he's fine.
nice you to turn up, mate. I'm on the other side of the world. What's your excuse?
What is that in the background? Is it a bright white sky or something?
No, I'm the Oracle, and you're in heaven.
The Oracle from Matrix Revolutions. Whatever.
God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Anyway, let me just finish this point. So on Frattesi, so they would have sold him and he would have come to Forest, but they wanted Curtis Jones. Liverpool did not want to sell Curtis Jones. So it says Inter did not get Liverpool from Curtis Jones. I heard a report saying that Liverpool didn't want to sell him. So because of that, Inter have refused to sell Frattesi to Forest. So that one is dead in the water. And the other one to update you guys on is Mateta. So Mateta failed his medical at AC Milan. They found something dodgy in his knee. And it's now come out that he's going to need surgery. He's going back to Palace now. And he's just going to do his... I think it's one of those surgeries that could have waited. He's like, screw it, I'm going to do it. He's going to be out for 3 to 4 months once he's done the surgery.
Didn't they buy Strand Larsen on the basis that they had to sell Mateta?
Yeah, exactly.
Has that not gone through, though, Strand Larsen, or has it?
Strand Larsen, I think, is close to being completed.
Well, they'll pull out of it, surely, because they have to sell to buy. Especially at 48 million. I can't believe this. I mean, I like him, but 48 million is absurd.
It's actually 43, Rob, because it's 43 plus unobtainable extras.
So,
Like,
yeah.
Just to be clear on him, I would not have paid over 30. So,
Rob, that extra 5 million is if he scores a goal, which is not going to happen. So
yeah, they're pretty safe on that.
So those are some of the headlines. Just like a big up to Tony with the 37 months. Shout out to you, Big Don. We got Tim with 2 super stickers as well. Thank you so much, Tim. You're absolute legend. We're already at 800. We've been live a couple of minutes. Please do hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. So just the contract details for Luca Netz, who we need to talk about. There's a 4.5-year deal with Forest. He will be number 25. I know some people like to know the shirt number. All paperwork and medical are now completed. So breaking news. That's all I've got. So
it's quicker than the flip-flop video anyway.
So breaking news, all paperwork and the medical are complete for the left back, with his travel to England planned for tomorrow. Okay, so that's done and dusted. Now, I guess the first question, boys, is one. All right. Just needed something.
Yeah,
right?
I thought it was good.
Thank you. It's a bit BBC. I can't lie. But does he go straight into the team here? Because we got a game on Friday. Neco Williams is suspended. You're a mutant. Neco Williams is suspended, and does he go straight in? And have you boys even seen him play?
I'll be honest. I've never even heard his name until Monk wrote it in the chat. So I guess he will go straight in, because who do we have at left back cover?
Aina.
He's going to go with Aina and Savona.
That's a fair point. You could put Aina at left back and put Savona.
I don't think you put a.
Isn't Savona out?
What's happened to Anne?
I
can hear
I'm
I
here.
can hear a really loud, really high pitch.
I'm here.
I don't know. Anne's gone.
Well annoying. Can anybody else hear that really high pitched
Yes.
noise?
Yes, it's Rob's voice.
No.
Ooh.
Sorry, it was an open goal, Rob.
Just stay wherever you are.
I've already said that.
Might not be able to come back, actually. Sorry, Rob.
He's only 22 years old. I don't think you throw him straight into Elland Road on Friday. He's going to go with Savona and Aina. Now, that didn't work out so well against Braga, but then nothing worked against Braga. But I don't think Dyche is a risk taker on anything like that. Is Netz? I want to know: is he permanent or is he loan?
Yeah, perm, 4.5 mil.
Okay, so then he's one for the long term, isn't he? He's not going to be
At that price, yeah. At his age and price, it's all right. But yeah, we do need cover. We do need cover anyway till the rest of the season. For the rest of the season, we can't just rely on Neco Williams and Aina and Savona.
Yeah, he's out.
Savona's not fit, is he? I'm sure he's not.
Yeah, straight in.
Well, or Zach Abbott, or Zach Abbott.
I like Zach Abbott. I wouldn't mind Zach Abbott at right back and Aina at left back. I don't. The thing is, we don't. I mean, you guys might, but I don't know anything about this £2.5 million signing.
Hold on, we got some drama. Yeah, that's not going to get annoying. So, breaking news: Engels is unhappy after Celtic rejected Forest's third transfer bid. So could we see a bit of a mini strike? He's got 40 minutes. Just to remind you guys that the transfer window closes at 7, not 11, and then we'll hang around till about 8 and get all the late dealings over the line with you guys. But he's not happy. He's not happy.
I mean, the decision
plays that crap game, mate.
The decision from Mr. Martin O'Neill seems quite vindictive, to be honest. He really doesn't like Marinakis, does he? You know, for him to say what he said about it. And if it's based on that, then obviously there's going to be people above him at Celtic that will want to get the deal through, regardless of what Martin O'Neill's agenda is. The player is obviously, if he's unhappy, then I don't know if it's too late to do something about it, but he is one I was interested in. I just didn't like the price tag. He's definitely a good player, you know, but whether he can do it, whether he can step up to the Premier League is a different matter, but he's definitely one that I would... From the names that we'd been linked with, was probably the one that stood out the most. Let's see if something can happen. It's very late in the day, like you said, 7 o'clock deadline. Which, are we 40 minutes away from that? I can't quite tell. I'm 20 past 12 here in Bangladesh. Yeah, so yeah. So I mean, it's Martin O'Neill, isn't it? He's doing all the talking on this one, not the player or the club. So we'll see what happens. Something could potentially happen as a result of it. Go on, Rob. You want to jump in?
I'll leave
you back on.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
It's one of those. It's one of those days. Everything's pooing me up.
So some more news. So cheesy. So someone just burped.
Get on with it.
Okay. Dwight McNeill.
The breaking news was that I'm back. Is that
No,
what it is?
Dwight McNeill. Where's Ben gone?
Oh my god, I'm on a cliffhanger here. Dwight McNeill, what?
Dwight McNeill. So Palace offered 20 mil for him, but there's now reports to say that Forest are going for a late run for Dwight McNeill. Oh man, it's no.
Can I just say a few words?
What?
Can I say a few words about this transfer window?
Of course you can. Please do.
I don't really give a toss. I don't think we ought to buy anybody.
Okay. Is that the few words?
No,
Isn't
I
that what
said a
Lemmy
few
said?
words.
Yeah, very few words.
That's what Lemmy said a year ago. It didn't work out.
No, forget. No. I'm not Lemmy. Right. I've got good, just cause for saying what I'm saying. Apart from the fact I'm out of focus. Why am I out of focus? I don't want us to buy anybody for this manager. I don't want us to buy anybody for this manager. Simple as that. It's a waste of money. Rob, don't, because you've heard nothing yet, mate. You've heard nothing yet. So you better hold on to your bonnet. You can have your say afterwards, but you can hold on to your bonnet for a little while longer. I don't want us to waste a penny on this manager. Not one penny. We're not going to go down. We've already got plenty of players that are good enough. We don't actually need anybody. We don't actually need anybody. We've got a fantastic midfield, a superb back line, 2 great goalkeepers, and we've got enough going forward if he actually uses them, which he doesn't use them, so it's pointless buying anybody anyway. So therefore, I'm quite happy, and this is the first time ever in my entire life that I've been happy to say, if Forest sign nobody, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
And you think we've got enough in reserve to get through the rest of the season, basically?
Where are we short?
Well, it's just the fullback situation, isn't it? Really, it's just the fullback that I would love some cover on.
We've addressed that with this Netz guy. So where are we short?
No, I hate to say it, but I 100% agree with Ant. Like,
we said this a few weeks ago, didn't we? I didn't want money being spent. Go on. Sorry, go on.
Here's seeing that we're venting off.
Dyche Larson, mate, for Dyche.
Well,
yeah, but Simon, we've bought a fullback, Simon. We've got one.
But anyway, my point is this. Why are we replacing some players desperately in the last minute when we had the better player sitting there a week ago? This is the one that's baffling me. So we're jumping from the Celtic boy to the Borough boy to now they're talking about Dwight McNeill. Yeah, Douglas Luiz just went straight into Villa's team, had a solid performance. I know they lost, but he played really well. And we just let him go like that. And now we're looking for an inexperienced potential.
Yeah, why are we buying a midfielder from Celtic? We've just got rid of Douglas Luiz. We obviously don't need one.
Yeah.
Or maybe we need one that's fit and on reasonable wages.
No. Listen, that was. I'm sorry, Rob, but that was all bullshit. You watch how many games he plays for Villa now.
I agree. Watch him play for Villa now.
Because Dyche doesn't like talented players. Simple as.
Yeah, Dyche.
He didn't have to use him, did he? He always played him deep. He played him as a number 6 when he did play him.
In his time at Forest, he's been injured more than once. He wasn't fit when he arrived.
That's the story that's been put out, Rob. The story's been put out because we didn't want to play him in enough games to qualify to have to buy him.
Yeah,
that's the reason he was left out. Nothing to do with injury.
Yeah, I think I agree with Ant on this. He'll come out in the wash over the next couple of months. You watch him play for Villa. You watch how much time he gets. But Dyche, even if he did play him, played him as a deep number 6, which he's not. We said that from day one. He's not got a clue how to play him. It's not the type of player that suits Dyche ball. I mean, I don't know who does suit Dyche ball, but certainly Douglas Luiz did not suit it. But I agree, he will get time under Villa. You won't see an injury excuse used whilst he's at Villa. I promise you that.
Right? Didn't Luiz in the Betis game go off at half time because he felt his hamstring, and that's when we were 2-1 up, and then we ended up drawing that game.
But how do you know Dyche didn't think, if I play for that?
No, that wasn't the Ange.
I don't want him. He's far too talented.
That's what I'm saying. Even Ange didn't play him week in, week out. So
they don't really.
I'm not, Rob. Don't misunderstand me, mate. I'm not saying he was never injured. What I'm saying was, even when he was fit, he wasn't being played. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
and I don't think you can deny that because he's on the bench umpteen times.
Well, anyway, where I would agree with Ant is I think we've actually made the 3 signings that we had to, which was a keeper, a striker, and a left back. And the midfielders that we're being linked with now fall into 2 categories. So you've got the people like Dwight McNeill, who's a very average midfielder. He's not going to improve the side. He is at least Premier League experienced. So then you've got these ones like these 22, 21-year-olds that look like one for the future. Now, the thing is, we've already got lots of players like that. We've got Hutchinson, McAtee, Bakwa. We need the manager to get a tune out of those players, not sign more one for the future type players. And anyway, you don't buy people like that in the January window. The January window is about plugging gaps to get you through to the end of the season. And you sign players like that in summer.
Sorry, mate. How old is this Netz guy? I don't know.
Well, he's 22, and that's why I don't understand the signing, because
he seems
to be a long-term signing.
How many games has he played in the Bundesliga?
Over 100, I think.
So he's experienced then. So we could put that one straight to bed. He's experienced.
Let me tell you exactly how many.
Although, what's your view of the Bundesliga versus the Premier League?
And only played 12 games.
He's played.
Age doesn't necessarily correlate to experience. It's like your car. My car is 7 years old. It's done 16,000 miles. It's still a new car. Whereas you can have one that's 2 years old that's 120,000 miles. I know which one I pick.
And Ant's 100 years old and he's done 500,000 miles.
Exactly. What?
I would walk 500. Anyway, he's played 113 games for Mönchengladbach. So he's very experienced. And the further 11 for Hertha.
And he was only 2.5 million, wasn't he?
Yeah, because his contract was out in 6 months.
Yeah,
he's bargaining. That is a really good deal for him. I got no issues with that deal.
It's a bit of a no-brainer, really. Yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, 2.5 million.
Going back to what Ant said. Sorry.
I was just going to say,
what Ant said, sorry. Go back to what Ant said. I'm not spending any vast amount of money on the Dyche. He's not.
Yo, as you've gone.
Well, I'm not going to. He's not going to be here once the season's over. I'm not spending money on him. Go on, jump in.
I don't know what on earth Ez just said.
That's why Luca's on loan. They've got Luca on loan because they know damn well the next manager that comes in won't want him.
Well, Dyche didn't bring
10 goals.
Oh yeah, Rob. Sorry, yeah, I will caveat that. Of course, he comes in and blows us all away. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that there's a lamppost.
So just to be clear, I don't think that the club buys players for managers. Otherwise, we'd have Traore here right now. It does seem to be like McNeill. McNeill is somebody that Dyche has specifically asked for, and I'm not excited by him. But you know, Ant, the way that the club does their recruitment is on a long-term basis because the managers are a revolving door.
Yeah, but can I respond to that, though? That's because normally you hope a manager's going to be here for 3 years so you can build the team and he could be part of it. I know. They know. Edu, for example, he knows Dyche is not going to be at the end of the season. So Edu's not going to go out and buy.
Sorry to cut you off, Ant. Some more rumors, not breaking news, rumors.
You need a different one then. You need a rumor banner.
All right, it's all I've got, man. It's all I've got right now. Okay, get the super chats in. We'll go and get the IT guys to do their thing. There's rumors that Forest are contemplating a 4th bid for Engels from Celtic. Remember, they've already put 25 mil. Now, the feel back from the 25 mil from Celtic was it was getting close to that tipping scale, irrespective of what.
Well, think so.
Yeah, irrespective of what O'Neill was saying, it was getting close for their hierarchy.
Don't forget as well that Celtic. I'm not sure what the figures are, but Celtic have a really strict salary structure. I don't think you can earn over 30k a week. So if he comes to Forest, they could be doubling his wage. So
yeah, but again, Ben, I would just say this. We could add Douglas Luiz for 25 mil.
I would have kept Douglas Luiz.
Sometimes the logic just doesn't logic.
The thing is, right? So
wages, fitness.
I would have kept Douglas Luiz, but I also would have kept Cali Muendo and sold Taiwo because I don't understand selling Cali Muendo ahead of Taiwo. I know that's going to trigger Ez, but you probably can't hear me because
no, you're a moron, so I don't listen to you, so I don't get triggered.
You know exactly why. Because Taiwo is far more of a Dyche player than Cali Muendo. You know that.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer as well, Ant. Thank you,
well, then this Angles guy must be more of a Dyche player than Dougie Luiz.
I was going to ask, Wolfie. It seems weird calling you Wolfie.
No one outside.
Amongst the other names you call him, yeah.
Can you give me? Sorry, I know I was obviously offline for a little while, so I may have missed this information. Can you tell me how old this Engels guy is, and can you tell me what his career's been up to date?
I've got it open here if you like.
Blow for blow. Okay,
I don't mind.
He's 22 years old. He's 22 years old. Belgian. He's 6 feet tall. He's been at Celtic for 2 seasons. He scored 9 goals last season, 4 goals this season.
Yeah, Scotland, that's the material in Scotland.
Yeah, he played for FC Augsburg in the Bundesliga.
Goals in Scotland don't count, Rob. Goals in Scotland don't count.
Yeah. Well, so right. It's come from Augsburg then, yeah?
Yeah. Well, look, the thing is, he seems to me he can play, it says here, midfield, right wing, right back, or winger.
Yeah, I wouldn't take any notice of what.
Wait, also, his form wasn't great until O'Neill recently came in, and his form's kicked back up. By the way,
well, my concern is we've already got Hutchinson, who's that age. We've got McAtee, who's that age, and we're not. We don't seem convinced by either of those.
Yeah, so but that's what the model is under Edu, is to buy him in and around that age bracket.
The thing is, if you want to make an impact in the January window, you do bring in a 27 or 28-year-old. With Premier League experience, and you buy your Engels type player in the summer when you've got all the options on the table and you're not up against this window.
Like I said, Mark's right. He can take. I don't think we need any players. So if you bring Engels in, he's a squad player. You're not bringing him to make an impact and improve the team and take us up the league. You're bringing him in as a squad player.
Yeah. Also, what does it mean for Backward? What does it mean for?
He doesn't like him at all. Yeah, he's not a winger. Don't put him down as a winger. He's more a box crusher.
Yeah, he's more of like an attacking CM. He's not a winger.
Yeah, he's a box crusher.
We have to get through this season and get rid of Dyche and reevaluate. And hopefully we'll go back to what the original plan was with a decent manager. There's the big thing, a decent manager.
But Mark's right, kind of. He takes penalties and corners. I don't think he's great at free kicks, but penalties and corners he does do. We desperately need
one then. You know why we need one, Wolfie? Because we've just got rid of one. We got rid of the best one.
That's true. Big up Richard with the 18 months, my guy. And then he's chucked in a couple of super chats to back that up. With the £5, he goes, we should get rid of Sean Dyche in the summer. I say, wait. We're doing a transfer stream, not a Dyche stream. He's gone again. Richard's gone again with another. Dyche is a stupid idiot. Get rid of him now.
He's spot on.
I'm not arguing. Thank you for the 10 there. I appreciate it, Richard. Big up to Mateus as well. He said, sign the Swede from Brighton. I want a Swede in my club. That's gone very quiet.
I'm desperately trying to think of a turnip joke, but now Turner's gone, it's not easy. If it'd been booming here, we've got a turnip, we may as well have a Swede.
We've already got over 1,000 in here. You guys are absolute legends. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe as well. So there are some. No, that's not good enough. That's just some rubbish there.
Can I just say, I know Rob's going to back me up on this. I think you lot are harsh on Dyche.
Oh, shut up. You're a moron, like I said earlier.
Okay, wait, we're not doing the Dyche debate tonight.
No, we're not. I know we're not.
We'll save the Dyche debate. We're hitting some you guys are rent free right now.
What?
You guys are Dyche rent free right now. Forest have just announced the signing. Is it the fullback? Let's have a quick look.
Have they?
Do you want me to tell you? You ring me up and I have to just sit there and listen to you moaning about the guy.
Yeah.
And is that a service you offer to all subscribers? Is it like 20p a minute?
I'll say to him, sorry, son, I'm a little bit drunk. I can't really talk. He goes, that's all right. I'll talk.
You were driving when I called you. I'm a little worried.
You're drink driving. You're not allowed to do that. Is the law still 5 and drive?
Hold on. Oh God. All right, here we go. So Forest are turning their attention sideways to another player.
Dwight McNeill.
Zid Pek.
Do you always been a big fan myself. I don't know about you guys.
Do you want to know where he plays? Do you want to know where he plays?
It sounds like someone from Peaky Blinders.
Worse.
No, that'd be Zid Pek. Oh no, I've gone a bit far. No, carry on.
Oh no.
Go on,
no.
Guess who he plays for?
Oh no, he plays for Sheffield.
He plays for Sheffield.
Why?
Yeah,
how's our boy Tyler doing? He's at Sheffield, isn't he?
I think he's not been playing recently.
Yeah, they ruined him like I predicted.
It's not good enough to get into their side. Okay.
Yeah. That name is a joke waiting to happen. It's a bit like, you know, the best one we ever got linked to. Let's see who the OGs in the chat are. What was that guy called?
Was it that young cock guy that we did
like Jizz something?
Jizz, that's it. Yeah, Jizz.
Jizz Horncamp. Jizz Horncamp.
Oh, Horncamp. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, well done, yeah.
It's all right. I had him on my mind.
So Forest are linked with Pek. Stop name. He's 21 years old. He's a central midfielder, can play as a CDM. And like, what are we doing? Well, this will excite us. Just Horncamp, that was it. This will excite us. And he played in the youth academy for Arsenal from 2010 to 21 when he moved to Sheffield United.
Well,
and probably got his tattoo on him.
However, while he was at Sheffield United, he took a step up to a loan club and he went to Oldham Athletic where he played 9 games.
Oh, great. It sounds exciting.
What position does he play?
CM.
Why? I don't understand why we're looking for CMs when we've got so many. We've got Domingo, we've got Yates, we've got Sangare. We can play MGW there. In theory, Jesus can play there. We've got there's more.
Wonderful rumor about Danilo coming back.
I'm not buying it, man. There's all this stuff that Texter agreed to feed with Marinakis outside.
I'll have him back tomorrow, by the way. Just in
my
case
thing
you're
with
in any doubt.
My thing with all of this is just so backward style. You get rid of Callum Muendu, and then I wouldn't even call Luca the replacement because I feel like he's a Chris Wood replacement if we're being like profiling him. So we still haven't replaced Callum Muendu. You get rid of Douglas Luiz. We still haven't replaced anyone. You get rid of 35. Okay, I didn't like him, but you waited till transfer deadline to replace him. it's just all very backwards right now. And I'll tell you what, the quality of some of these replacements, they better get these right, man. They better get these right.
I have to repeat myself. I don't think we need anybody, especially, look, don't get me wrong. If somebody like, Oscar Bob became available, I'd be in like Flynn, right? Because he's a fantastic player. But for some reason, Fulham wanted him, so he went there. Bit weird, but there you go. So if you're somebody like Oscar Bob, I'd say, yeah, let's go get him. But these guys, I'm not. Why? We don't need them.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree.
Injured, man. He's out for 3 to 4 months. Are you sure you still want
what
him?
it does is it pumps the size of the bloody squad up again.
Yes.
We don't
exactly where I'm going to go with it. We'll
Wait,
the same.
hold on. Can I just address Michael? I'm not saying Cali is good or bad. Forget whatever of those players are. Like I just said, I don't rate Zinchenko. But why are we doing it in reverse? That's the thing here. We've now put
because it's a lack of confidence, isn't it? It's a lack of confidence in the manager. His setup.
We don't know, guys. Maybe Mr. Marinakis has had enough, not enough of the club, but enough of wasting so much money. Maybe he said, "Look, I'm not putting out any more money until you get rid of some of this crap you brought in." Maybe it's as simple as that.
And also, we don't know our PSR situation right now, do we? You know,
I'm worried about it.
But this is why I think the Cali Morato deal got pushed through when it did. It's a PSR thing, and we think that will come out in the wash again come the end of the season. But the decisions aren't. It looks very disjointed. It was last season towards certainly in this time of year. January window was useless, was pointless. But it also shows a lack of confidence in the direction of the club because I think we all agree, Dyche, whatever happens, Dyche is not going to be here at the start of next season. And I think the club knows that. They haven't got the next one lined up, and they don't want to really be investing too much in the squad for potentially a new manager who might take us in a slightly different direction. So it is disjointed, but I think it's because of lack of uncertainty. But we've created that for ourselves, by the way. Nobody else has done this. Forest have done this to ourselves this season with our horrendous start and our managerial changes. We've done it to ourselves. So we've only got ourselves to blame, but that kind of shows where the lack of foresight is and has been all season. And it will just drag on into the summer. Until we know who the next manager is, I don't think there's going to be a real push for recruitment. And also, like I said, the PSR situation, we don't know what it is at the moment.
Why do you think they're going to change the manager? Why do you think they're going to change the manager?
Why does Rob look like he's got
constipation?
Why wouldn't you, Rob?
Well, because I've had to listen to all that, and I don't agree with the original premise that everybody knows Dyche is going in the summer.
Yeah,
it's not Oliver Glasgow, you know.
Are you sure? Are you
announced his departure? Right. Okay.
He doesn't need to.
I have myself described Dyche as a caretaker manager in all but name, and I think that if we get to the summer and we look out there and there's Maresca available, there's Oliver Glasner available, there's Marco Silva available, it's very likely we'll be flirting with those names, right? So I admit that what you've said is probable. However, there is a world, let's imagine somehow that Forest win the Europa League and finish about 13th or 14th. It might be a good idea to hang on to the manager that's given you that. And also, can we just acknowledge that in some games recently, there have been moments where we have actually played some good football?
Yeah.
In spite of Dyche, in spite of him, not because of him, in spite of him.
Rob,
honestly, my friend. I know it's crypto. Can we just mute crypto and then carry on with the show?
Actually, it's what you said, Ed. I don't believe that everybody knows. I don't believe that everybody knows that come what may, Dyche is going at the end of the season. It's nothing like as certain as that.
Yeah.
Rob, I think it is. It's just in your head. No, I think it's certain. I'm sorry. If you ask the majority of the fan base, do they think Dyche will be here at the start of next season? The majority will say no. So that was my point.
Everybody knows.
Everybody is a majority. Everybody is a majority.
Managers with a 45% win percentage do not get sacked.
Guys,
okay, this is some horrible rumors. This is some horrible rumors.
Don't say them then.
I really don't want to say them.
We're trying to talk here.
Hold on. What I'll caveat this with is I don't think it can happen. And thank you, Nuno. I love you, Nuno. You're my guy, Nuno.
That's what he said before Postecoglou got appointed. Don't worry. Don't worry.
It'll never happen. Apparently, there are rumors to say that Forest tried to see if they could look at hijacking the Disasi deal from Chelsea to West Ham. It's not going to happen, but
Disasi actually played really well at West Ham, by the way.
Huh?
Disasi actually played really well at West Ham.
When did he play for West Ham?
That's who he's been on loan to. Is it West Ham he's on loan to? Who was on loan to?
I don't think it was West Ham.
Well, how much you had to drink? He went to Villa. He went to Villa last year.
Oh, Villa, I beg your pardon. Well, same shirts. You can see the confusion. Yeah, he played really well for Villa.
He didn't.
Evidently, he's not that bad a player. He's not as bad as he looked. I mean, he looked awful at Chelsea. Let's be honest.
He's awful, man.
But evidently, he's not that bad. And you've seen it happen before, by the way. Now, I'm not saying I want Disasi. I don't. I'll lay that down now. I don't want anybody.
I don't like you glazing him a little, bro. I can't lie.
But I've heard that he's actually a really good player. Is he a French international?
Yeah, he's played 5 times for France.
Well, I know you smirk at that, but have you played 5 times for England? You know.
Yeah, but 3 years ago.
And you would call that a farmers league.
Anyway, I'm not trying to campaign for him because, like I said, I don't want to sign anybody. It's a waste of money with this manager. So,
okay, I'm shocked that you would have even said that about him, but yeah, I agree with Nick. Worse than Morato, enough said.
Exactly.
Is it wrong I would have been screaming, no, for God's sake, no. But
is it wrong?
He wasn't bad at Villa. He wasn't bad at Villa.
Is it wrong to be looking at
By talking over each other?
Well, I think both saying the same thing. Is it wrong to be looking at centre backs?
Well, I don't get where you're going with that question.
It's not wrong, but
it's not if you get rid of Morato.
Can we apply the better than Morato test, please?
No, he's worse than Morato. He's worse.
Oh, no, he's not. Honestly, he's not. No, he's not. You don't play 5 times for France if you're worse than Morato.
Bro, he's worse than Morato, bro. I'm sorry.
You watch him. Be honest. Did you notice? Let's say not watch, but did you notice him at Villa last year?
Yes, for the wrong reasons.
No, he was good at Villa. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We're not getting him.
Yeah, we're not getting him. So I'm not bothered.
I hope. Yeah. For now, we're not getting him. It looks like Strand Larsen is going to be done to Crystal.
Why are Palace paying 43 million?
I'll tell you why. Because he's 50% better than Eddie Nketiah, and they paid 30 million for him.
Well, they wasted 30 million quid on Nketiah as well, then, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic. I'm looking forward to them going down.
No, just deep this. They would have spent about 80 million on Jono and Larson in this transfer. This is a club that can't afford to detach the Sainsbury's from their stadium.
Don't diss Jono, okay? Don't diss.
I'm not dissing Jono. I'm saying they spent 80 million.
No, listen, Jono's done more than your Hutchison, McAtee, backward put together. All right.
By the way, when did Jono learn to take corners?
What, did he miss it one? And he went to the right place.
No, he was on their corners.
Not our player. It's not been our player for donkey's years.
Well, I was just tying it into the game.
Can we never forget as well that David Johnson wore a Spurs scarf the first game.
Oh, that's his dad. Come on.
I don't care if it's his dad. It's his family. Blood related.
I see you're in that troll.
But what? He's not a Forest fan.
Well, he should be.
His dad's
he is, but it's not making any sense.
His dad's an Ipswich fan.
Exactly. He's not a Forest fan, is he? Why should he wear a Forest scarf?
I met David Johnson at the playoff final, and he was very nice.
I've met him. He's the same height as me. He's tiny, bro.
He's tiny. Yeah. I met him as well. Do you know where I met him?
Or a black.
He is tiny. Same height as me.
I remember how angry Ant was on this stream when he saw David Johnson.
I used to love David Johnson. I thought he was a real good, down-to-earth guy, and he's proving he's not. He's a spiteful, backstabbing, snivelling shit.
Exactly. That's what I remembered. That's what I remembered from about 3 years.
Bro, he cares about his son. He's a proud dad. I'm not going to listen for that. He cares about his son. Why would he give a shit about us?
My brother, but that was wrong. He didn't need to do it. You would only do that if you wanted to wind the Forest fans up. There's no other reason to do it. None. You don't have to.
And you're still wound up 2-3 years later. So it worked.
Yeah,
it worked.
Because I admired the guy so much before that show of treachery. I admired the guy, and now I don't.
It was treason.
Let's move on. I don't want to.
Wait, before we move on, but can you guess where I met David Johnson?
Spurs.
No.
Derby's ground.
No.
Hooters
in Nottingham.
Hooters.
Yes,
Hooters.
it was. Yeah.
What, really?
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
That would have been after the semi-final against Sheffield. So like,
and before the marriage, isn't it? Before marriage.
Oh, interesting.
No, before your marriage, I mean.
Oh, that was long before, man. Long before.
Yeah, exactly. See, what's you doing anything bad?
Anyway, okay. So, nothing new yet to keep you guys posted on. I'd disown my son if he went to play for Spurs. Yeah, I would draw the line at Spurs. I can't lie. I can't lie on that one.
Yeah. Fair play. Yeah, I'm with you now.
Let's get back onto the transfers. So another one we need to talk about is Cubano. What is going on with Cubano? So
Wait, but you were going to tell us.
Well, yeah, that was a rhetorical, man. That was a rhetorical.
All right, okay, go on.
All right, so technically,
what are you eating, Rob? You're just like stuffing your mouth with nuts.
It was nuts. Yes, carry on.
It's gravel, so he can do his Dyche impression later.
Oh, this is going swimmingly well. Anyway, so he is technically a Forest player now. He's left Brazil. He's a Forest player. Cubano, man. Forest don't.
It's pronounced
Let me finish the statement, and then you guys can freaking complain about it or like it or whatever you want. Right?
I think it.
Why do you have a problem saying Ferencvaros? It's dead easy.
What Ferencvaros got to do with anything?
You know that Matt, right?
Sorry.
What's that got to do with Cubano, bro?
At the end of that game, the commentator was like, "Right, Forest could be playing Fenerbahce next match," and I was like, "What do they mean? We've just played them." I didn't even know what they were called.
In fact, as I'm saying this, it's just okay. So Cubano, who is Forest registered. Forest don't want to keep him. They seem to be desperate to get rid of him. I don't know why, man. The guy hasn't even kicked a ball, okay? And the team that's shown the most interest in him is Vasco. Now, Forest won't loan him out unless he's going to a sister club. So if he was going to Real Ave, they would loan him out. If he was going to Olympiacos as last ditch, they would loan him out. However, if they want to go elsewhere, they want to sell him. So there's just some reports. I don't know who this is, but I've been sent it from someone I do know, that an agreement is being reached right now with Vasco to get him sold. And I don't know. What do you guys think of this transfer? It's just such a weird one.
It's annoying because
I think it's a money thing, mate.
Well, he didn't want us. He didn't want us, and now we don't want him. Because out of the three, he was the one that didn't want us, and now we finally got him, and it seems that we're just going to spite him now.
He was the next gorilla.
All these strange deals that you can't understand because he never plays for us, or he goes straight to Olympiacos and we never see him. I think it's all a money thing. It's all a PSR money.
It's PSR messaging, isn't it? Massaging.
I think so. Yeah.
They'll probably pay us like 40 million for him.
We're really shafting him, aren't we?
Yeah.
Seriously. Because he was happy at Botafogo, and then somehow we convinced him to go, and now we're shipping him back to another Brazilian team that I think they may even have beef with Botafogo.
It's making me think that his instincts about not wanting to come have been proved right.
I think what happened was Mr. Marinakis and John Textor were sitting in a bar, and Textor said to him, "Evangelos, why are you taking all these players from Botafogo who were champions and Europe Copa de what's it champions?" And Marinakis just said,
"Copa de what's
because I can."
How much you have to drink?
Copa Libertadores. Copa Libertadores.
that famous cup, Copa de what's it?
Okay. And we are now 7 minutes from the transfer window closing. Now, once the transfer window closes, it doesn't mean deals won't go through still. It's all about the pink slips, man. If a slip's been submitted, deals still can go through. They can also go through subject to medical completions as long as those slips are in. So we will stay with you guys till about 8 o'clock to keep you posted on the new changes. We're still seeing Will Forest go for a last-minute midfielder. There's rumors they're going back in for Engels for a 4th time. We'll see how that goes. It is getting way too close to get that deal done. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. There's over 1,100 of you in here. And you can do us a massive favor. We're 12 subscribers away from 35,900. Getting really close to that 40K mark. So if there's 12 of you watching, and you could hit that button, it's completely free to do. Rob, you had your pinky up.
Yeah. So what with Kalimuendo, are Frankfurt under obligation or option to buy?
Option.
Option.
Are we sure?
What do you think they're going to do, though? They're going to buy it. They're going to buy it.
I get the feeling that we spent right up to PSR at the start of the season, and therefore he's been farmed out again so that we could actually have some money to spend in this window. But
you know what? I said this 2 weeks ago. And everyone's going to say Rob talk sense when I said this fucking 2 weeks ago. So just repeat everything I say and take the credit for it.
Hey, Ez,
calm yourself.
I agree with you.
He's talking a load of crap.
He's jet lagged. He's
having a Mardy because I agree with him. I mean, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do now?
If he wants to take the glory, Ez, let him, because shit all over him. All right.
Yeah, but my concern is that we go and spend the money on an Engels or a McNeill or whatever, and then Kalimuendo gets injured, he doesn't go, and then it's panic stations in the summer, and we're having to ring up Newcastle again, saying like, "Will you buy our 4th choice keeper for 42 million?"
Well, the option's 25 mil. Thanks, Matt. It's 25 mil on him. Oh. This needs the flashing lights because this is good news. This is really good news. Breaking news. Crystal Palace have reached an agreement with Everton over Dwight McNeill for £20 million, which means he won't be coming to Forest. Yes, get in there, Jack. Get in there. That doesn't get a like. I don't know what will.
They really are speed running relegation. I'm looking at who they've got that I would actually take.
Out, aren't they? Bloody hell! In their position.
But who would you take out of the Palace team?
Breaking news.
Oh, another one.
The little flashy light thing.
No, it's
just. Nottingham Forest have bid rejected for €20 million for Nijmegen. Team. Kodai Sano rejected ESPN.
Has that been rejected?
No. They just had a last-minute bid. Kodai Sano, €20 million.
I would have taken him. You know the other one I would have taken that I'm surprised we didn't go in for?
Yeah.
Engel Gomez.
Yeah, but he's only about 4'9".
Yeah, I know. But so's Ez.
That's not what Dyche likes.
Come on, Ez isn't that tall. Are you mad? Ez is like 3 foot.
Yeah, but he's best buds, isn't he? He's best buds with Gibbs White.
James Ward-Prowse. Ez is best.
Yeah, so where's the positive in that?
He's a decent player. He's a decent player.
He is a decent player. However, he's been playing abroad for a long time, and it's hard to judge somebody. I know he had some very good games for England. I was very impressed. And I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying I'm not bothered.
Yeah, so, confirmation. You are right, Ben. Sano it was rejected earlier today. So it's not a last minute one. It's rejected earlier today. And your boy, Rob Strand-Larsen, is about to complete. Gomez is completing at Wolves with Armstrong from Southampton. I'd have taken Gomez, man.
Why do you want to play in the Championship?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Gomez was an easy one to do. Gomez is a real easy one to do.
Maybe he's not been very good this year. Maybe he's not been very good.
Yeah.
Because I know last year there were a few clubs like Man United and sort of Chelsea. There were a few clubs after him last year. But maybe he's just not been good.
Let me just catch up on the supers. Dazza with the 4.99. He goes, can we get a defender He doesn't handball into his own net.
Harsh.
He didn't handball into his own net. It was a
he's a great save.
around the post.
I was going to make an
God.
important point about that, which is if he hadn't been sent off, Neco Williams could have comfortably played in goal for the second half. But
I'm not saying I want to because I really don't want to, but are we going to talk about yesterday?
We will talk about it once the window closes.
Because I have
we'll
things
talk
to
about
say,
it.
and they're not nice things. And Rob's going to have a little bit of he'll be chewing the wasp again.
Maybe Chris as well from Forest All Over, man. Doing my head in. Big up to Matt. Big up to Matt at Forest All Over. Screw you, Chris.
Big up to Matt. And Chris, have a lie down, mate.
Poison Soup, thank you for the 15 months. And big up to Warren with the £2. He goes, go for it, FFTV team. You'll hit 40K this year. Inshallah, man. Inshallah, we're like, what are we on? I can't remember. We're on
35,900. No,
we're still 11 off. One new person did subscribe. Surely there's 11 sitting there in this nearly 1,200 chat. That could do it. Oh, is there a bomber? Is there a bomber? What we got? NFFC 2000. And no one sent me anything yet, so I can't see it. So, guys, how are we doing on the likes, by the way? How are we doing on the likes? 1,200 in the house, and we're on 346 likes. We should easily be at 500 likes. Easy. We got man coming to you here from bloody Asia. All the way out in Asia, man. He's found some dial-up somewhere, and he's
found better internet than Crypto found in Derby. That's fine. Let's just say that.
You found in Nottingham.
My internet's sick, mate.
You can't be dissing my new Virgin Media.
Derby's a fourth world country. What are you on about?
So do us a quick favor, guys. Please do hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And that is it. That is it, ladies and gents. The transfer window has slammed shut. It's 7 o'clock. Actually, it was 7 o'clock about 30 seconds ago, but I forgot. And the window has shut. This does not mean that deals haven't not gone through. We'll keep you posted. There's always one or two that Forest sneak over the line.
Clarification on what you said earlier. As long as the pink slips go, so for example, Engels that we've been linked with, there's no medical been done for him. So could we sign him with a subject to a medical? Would that still go through? Yeah. Okay.
So you get the pink slips. They're not. I don't think they're pink slips. I like calling.
They're not pink slips. Pink slips where you race.
That's the car racing, isn't it?
Yeah. That's top.
But once that happens, they can put it through as long as they get it faxed over, or I guess emailed over these days.
Faxed over. You're living in the past with pink slips and faxing.
No, in fact, they were using faxes. They were still using faxes up until a couple of years ago. So you're right.
Didn't De Gea collapse to Real Madrid because of a fax?
They're still using faxes down at Selhurst Park, aren't they?
Deal sheets. The official term is deal sheets. You think they've even got a fax machine there, Rob?
That window didn't so much slam shut as kind of.
Yeah, we got it off Alan Sugar, one of his Amsterdam things.
So look, as things stand, let's just do this. Let's give you guys a quick summary. I'll be doing that summary while you guys are hitting the like and subscribing. So let's have a quick roundup of all the deals so far for Forest, which I've prepared here somewhere in my billions of notes. Someone say something while I find one.
Here's one I did earlier. Blue Peter stuff.
It's
Ortega.
not.
We haven't spoken about Ortega. I think Ortega.
That's a good signing.
Yeah,
it's a really good signing.
He's a good keeper. The only reason he didn't play much is because he got back down the pecking order. But he's a really good keeper, I think. Since John went off the pitch crying and then somehow broke his leg crying, I think he's a good replacement.
Okay, well let me give you the breakdown of what's happened so far in this transfer window, encompassing the whole of January. So the latest one that's in the door is Luca Netz, the left back from Borussia Mönchengladbach, for £2.1 million, about €2.5 million. We also had confirmed yesterday that Ortega was permanently signed from Man City, the goalkeeper, for 500k. He's German.
Bro, I thought it was a loan till the end of the season.
No, his contract was out, wasn't it? Wait, hold
No,
on.
I think he's got like a 6-month contract.
What makes me laugh is that he asked McAtee about us and got a positive from him.
I think they gave him like a 6-month contract or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
just got a contract till the end of the season, I think.
Yeah, but he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
and then they'll renegotiate. He's 33, and he said, which I don't think's old for a goalkeeper.
Well, Matt
No, it's not for goalkeeper.
older. Matt Sell's 34.
Also, the other one that came through the door was obviously Lorenzo Luca. That was a loan deal from Napoli for £1 million with an option to buy of 34 million, if I remember rightly. In terms of outgoings, number 35, his loan was terminated and he's gone to Ajax. That has pretty much been confirmed a couple of hours ago. And then Callum Mwendo went out on loan with an option to buy of 25 mil to Frankfurt. So those are the ones that got close but didn't. Oh, and sorry, Douglas Luiz as well. His loan was terminated early. I'm not happy with that one. And Osong, who I rate, by the way, the young striker.
Have we told him?
To Fleetwood Town on loan to gain first team experience. So I'm okay with that one. The ones that Forest pushed for today were Engels, and despite a final bid of 25 mil, Celtic refused to sell. Unless the deal sheet has been put in, then that one is going to be done and dusted. There was rumours of a fourth one coming in on a bid for him. The other one, the one I got excited about earlier on, was Hayden Hackney. He would be brilliant, man. Quality player from Borough. But Borough flatly rejected all approaches today, valuing their star man as too high to sell mid-season. They kind of did what we did with Jono when Brentford started pushing for him, that kind of settings. The other one that Forest had another sniff out.
No Brentford.
Yeah, exactly. Yasin Ayari from Brighton, the Swede there. Forest put a £20 million bid for him the other day. Brighton have no interest in selling him. So there's been a push for midfielders for pretty much this whole week. So that's where we are as the roundup. So in essence, 3 in the door. 3 in the door. Plus, if there's anything on deal sheets going out. Now, let's just make the assumption, and chat, I want you involved in this one as well. FA says no more deal sheets gone in by Forest. I'll get it confirmed in a second. But I'll start with you, Ben. Transfer window, Luca Netz, Ortega, and Luca. What are you rating this out of 10 so far?
Well, I think because Jesus has suddenly turned into a goal scorer again, I would, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would have said that we could do with another striker plus Luca, because I do think that Luca is more of a Chris Wood replacement, and I'd like to see a different type of striker. However, due to Jesus' recent form, I think it's enough to have the two of them. I'm just going to throw in the fact that I can't believe that Dyche put Ndoye on instead of Luca the other day, but nevertheless. So I think it's all right. Like, obviously,
Dyche is your man. So why can't you believe it? He's your man.
We needed a backup keeper. I don't know. We didn't need that many people. Like, I don't think we need more centre midfielders. We've got so many. Like, we've got some decent wingers in Callum Hudson.
Yeah, but one versus Ryan Yates.
Yeah, but Ryan Yates has been playing well since he was told to.
Ryan Yates last week was unstoppable.
He was better than Morgan Gibbs-White. Ryan Yates.
Really? What about the game before when he scored an own goal and cost us Europa? What about that one? Oh, we forget, do we? Your memories are so shit, bro. You're so shit.
I don't care. I'm Ryan Yates' biggest fan.
Of course you don't, because your memory's only like the same as the goldfish. So how would you say?
As I'm reminded you earlier, don't bother, mate.
No, I'm not. But I've barely said anything. So
don't bother, because tomorrow.
I've barely said anything.
You're talking to a moron. I didn't say anything. I'm just going through the squad. I don't think we need to sign that many people. I think that the positions we've got a big enough squad. I don't like having a big squad anyway. When we rotate round for Europa, the rest of our squad are usually crap. So I just want a decent starting 11 who I think should play the majority of the matches. And I don't think we need to go out and waste a load of money now, because I don't think we're going to get relegated, and I think we've got a good chance of winning Europa with the team we've got. So Yeah, I genuinely don't think we need. Maybe in a perfect world we could have got a different type of striker, but apart from that,
manager. Yeah. Okay. But you're happy with it though, basically, aren't you? With what we've done so far.
The thing is, right, I'm happy with it because I don't think we need to sign that many people. However, the people we're looking at, I've never heard of half of them. Like, what happened to all this ambition that Marinakis was talking about? If you're gonna go out and sign people, then go out and sign people who have Premier League experience, who can take it to the next level.
What's the point in giving Dyche good players? Tell me.
Well, regardless of whether you agree,
he's proven he cannot handle good players. Proven, literally proven it by the shit that man has served up.
Well, I think Dyche is doing all right, but nevertheless, the one thing I don't like, and Forest do it a lot, is leaving it to the last minute.
Forest, we're not pissing Burnley. Jeez,
yeah, but
doing all right. You must be
I'm not going to.
Let finish his say, and then I'll give you.
I'm not going to carry on talking about Dyche because clearly it upsets a few people. But I think Dyche's doing fine. And the one thing I don't like is that we've left it to the last minute of the transfer window to start going after these people who we've never heard of. But the £2.5 million bid on that Luca guy is pretty decent. Definitely worth a shot for that. And someone said he's a wonder kid on FIFA, so you know.
He's a bit like Ait Nouri. A little bit. He's got a little Ait Nouri in him, or Ait Nouri is.
I like Ait Nouri.
Yeah, that's the kind of closest.
Yeah, Ait Nouri is really good. Yeah, but Ait Nouri would be that type of player, which you'd say
properly, man. Nouri.
You'd say that is an ambitious move. That's a household name in football. You know, I'm sure this Netz guy is going to be good, but I never heard of him.
Yeah, but you got to appreciate as well, Ben, the fact, like, if you look at, say, Ait Nouri, before he goes to Wolves, has anyone heard of him?
Yeah.
No, the best examples, I think, are Leicester City 2016 side. Off their team, even what's his name? Kante. People hadn't heard of him.
Mahrez.
And then a few more. They had 5 or 6 that people had just never. Mahrez, they became stars because they won the Premier League.
No, and I agree. And for $2.5 million, go for it. Yeah. But if we were after that Engels guy for pushing for 30 million, I'd stay far away.
I have to say, just for rubbing this one for me, he wants game time. This was stupid not to do.
It's really Oscar Bob, and he's gone to Fulham.
Yeah,
Oscar Bob's brilliant.
Marmoush can't be happy with his current situation. Surely, he can't be happy with his current situation. He's getting minutes here and there, and I think Pep's just trying to keep him involved, but he's not giving him the minutes he'll need for the summer. So I don't know if anybody went in for him. But it should have been a conversation we should have had at some point. Because we wanted him, didn't we? We wanted him in the summer before they signed him, and we should have gone back and explored that. But there are going to be players still around Europe who haven't found clubs who do need game time before the World Cup. It should have been an avenue we explored a lot more, I think. I don't know if we did or not, but we certainly got no fruit from it. But he's a player. He's a hell of a player. Go on.
Can I ask you a question, mate?
Sure.
If you're Omar Mamouche and you want to get into that side for the World Cup, and I'm being serious now, I'm not knocking it. I'm just asking the question. Would you really want to come and play for Nottingham Forest under Sean Dyche?
No, in that situation, no. But you're hoping that he doesn't know enough about Sean Dyche to let it put him off. It's the club. It's a club that should be attracting him, not the manager in this situation.
Had Dyche. But you look at it, guy, he didn't play Dougie Lou off the time. He doesn't like the ball to go into the opposition penalty box. He's allergic to it unless it's chucked in and there's nobody there. The guy is a fucking moron, right? Would you want, as Mamouche, to play under that kind of guy? A, you're not going to get a game. B, when you do get a game, you're going to be played in the wrong position. No, I don't blame him one bit. If he
No, I don't blame him. But I'm just wondering if we ever even went in for him or that conversation was ever had. But somebody should have gone in for him. I'm sure he would have got some interest from clubs around the Premier League and around the top clubs in Europe. But he's not alone. There's, like I said, there's plenty of players who need minutes before the World Cup.
Let's just bring it back to the original question about how.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't give my score. My score for the transfer window. I give it a 6 out of 10.
6.
but
Wow.
I do just want to say that I feel like if Dyche went forward and won Europa and finished like 10th, you guys would still hate him.
Yeah, I would.
100%.
100%. I'll tell you about now. It's not trolling. I would. Yeah.
The man's an idiot. He has no concept of football tactics whatsoever.
Say what you like,
None.
Chris. But thank you for the 2
Tell
quid.
you, Ben, I was at the game yesterday, and I'm telling you, that guy doesn't know anything about football.
All right, Chris, thank you for the £2. He goes, Ezanan's venom towards Dyche.
Chris, I love you, guy, but you're an idiot. Sorry,
Oh,
mate.
he's not.
I do
No,
love
he's
you,
not.
and you're
He
welcome
said
to your
that.
opinion.
I love
Your
you,
opinion
Chris.
is
But you are an idiot.
absolutely valid. Absolutely, mate, and you're entitled to it.
Okay, thank you,
don't
Chris. You're gonna trigger him off, Chris. Thank you for the
Cheers,
£2.
Chris.
Okay, listen, I want a rating from the chat. Give me a 0 to 10 on what your rating is transfer window as it stands. I'm just checking in to see if there's any deal sheets. The only thing it says for Forest is on Engels potentially pending, which I wouldn't even hold your breath about. So get your some of the comments in the chat.
I can't
Rob,
see me
what
comments
you
because
saying?
this other laptop's not got my YouTube on it. I can't see the comments. I can't see what horrible things they're
Someone
saying. about
calling
me.
Dyche.
I haven't seen a single comment.
There you go. Here's one of the comments.
Yeah.
Dyche is the
Go
man.
on, Rob.
Yeah, but that is not a horrible comment. It's just brain dead.
It's just wrong.
It's just wrong. Yeah, it's not horrible.
Just before
Because
bring you in,
Simon is
Rob.
ruining my football club, a club that I supported since way before.
All right.
you were
Can we
born.
just do the transfer stuff and then we can move on to the
No,
game?
I bet the Dyche Centre.
Don't put up stupid comments like Dyche is the right man, because he ain't. It never will be.
Okay. Anyway, Rob, just before I bring
Oh,
you
hello.
in, Larston is confirmed at Palace for 48 million total package. and Palace have agreed a loan deal with Everton for Dwight McNeill with a 20 million. I don't know if it's obligation or option. Oh my god, Palace have released the promo video with Larston as well.
Really? Oh.
48 million.
Are they showing all the
Go on,
goals?
Rob, comment on that.
Yeah.
Comment on that. 48 million.
Well, I would not have paid that for him. I thought he was worth about 30. I never realized they were going to be asking for such ridiculous money. So that's all I wanted to say. Right, shall I rate the transfer window now?
Yeah, and the maths on that, by the way, 103 million for Larson, Jono, and McNeill.
The world's gone crazy. The world's
That's
gone crazy.
crazy. That's crazy.
Right. So
Go on, Rob.
I will rate the window probably higher than others. I would say that the objectives of the window were don't get in any PSR jeopardy at all. Don't bloat the squad with mediocre players that aren't better than what we've got. There were some definite gaps to plug. Goalkeeper, striker, and left back.
Mm-hmm.
We've been laser focused on those. In terms of the keeper, I think Stefan Ortega is an excellent signing for that money. Luca as a striker gives us something that we don't have at the moment. And I'm not going to prejudge him before I've seen him, but I think I've seen videos of his goals and he looks decent in the air. I'll give him that. And, you know, he could be an impact sub or he could be a starter. I think he's an interesting player and he hasn't really cost us anything other than chump change to have a look at him. And then my only concern about the left back, and we've argued about this already, is like, is he match ready for the Premier League? I guess for a 22-year-old, he has a lot of mileage. I will say that, and made that point quite well. I'm not sure I would start him in the Leeds game, but in any case, when you compare it with what Palace have done, or let's compare it with last January transfer window, which was a 0 out of 10, where we signed nobody. And we didn't even address glaring weaknesses. What we've done is we've spent very, very little, but we've got some promising players in the 3 areas that we needed. So I'm going to give it 7 out of 10.
7. Okay.
Can I just say, I hold on to your horses. I agree with everything that Rob's just said. The only thing I disagree with is the score, because I'd give it a 9. It's one of the
9.
One of the best. Yeah, I think it's been one of the best transfer. You don't always have to sign loads of star players for it to be a good transfer window. Sometimes you can have a good transfer window simply by holding on to your better players and signing actually need.
That's where you killed yourself, mate. That comment there. Because that's where I'm going to downgrade. Did you say 9 out of 10? Are you finished on that? Do you want to say anything more?
No, I'm just going to say, because I agree almost entirely with what Rob said.
Does this reflect well on Edu?
Well, you know what? As you were saying it, I was going to ask you the question.
Well, I still don't know what his job is. But
before you get into that debate,
then he's done quite well.
Let me just finish. So I'm only going to be a minute, mate.
I want to finish off.
Yeah. So I agree with everything Rob said. I'd give it a 9 because, as I say, we've not gone out and wasted a load of money. That's a big plus for me because we've wasted quite a bit in the past. We've not bought in players just to plump the squad out for no reason. We've laser focused, as Rob said, on the positions we need to focus on. And I'll tell you what, I'll chuck in. We got rid of Zinchenko just for the guys up top.
So
yeah.
The reason I wouldn't go as high as
it's been a really good transfer window. I'm quite happy with it. We haven't wasted money. That's the biggest thing. Over to you, Ez. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, the reason I wouldn't go as high as that is more to do with ones going out. I'm disappointed that we've got rid of Douglas Luiz. Really disappointed in that. He never got the chance that he needed. Kali Muendo hasn't really been replaced, as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of what came in, there I am in agreement with what you guys have said, pretty much what Rob said there. We didn't have to do a lot, and we shouldn't have had to do a lot considering how much we spent in the summer. It should have just been, mopping up bits here and there, and maybe if you got players who got long-term injuries throughout the season that you're covering back in this January window. So in terms of the amount of business we've done, I'm happy with it. I don't think we need to do much more. My biggest upset is, again, going back to a couple of years ago when we didn't give a chance of players like Bardet a chance, and Scarpa never got a chance, and Luiz has fallen into that field as well. We'll never know how good he could have been.
Well, the Chelsea kid as well never got a chance.
Yeah, Santos.
What's his name?
Andre Santos.
Andre Santos. Yeah. Never got a minute. So
world youngest player of the year or something. Young.
Yeah.
He had a fantastic season at Strasbourg, and now he's doing it in the Premier League. So
yeah. So all I'll say on that, Ben. So for that's what takes the score down. But considering we did the bins, Ortega, I think I was really happy with that link because I thought he was a fantastic keeper at Man City when he was given his chance, and he never really missed the main goalkeeper when he came in. I think he's got good distribution as well. Better than Sells. He can pass the ball. He can definitely play out from the back when but we got Dyche as manager, so playing out from the back doesn't even come into it. But my score overall, based on what's come in, what we needed to come in, and taking away what went out, but I didn't really want going out. But like Andrew said, it was boosted by Zinchenko going. I would give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. But that's an average score. That's what it should. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that considering what we needed.
Is there anyone you guys would have sold who we haven't sold, aka Mongoose White? Anybody?
Not if we didn't have anybody. Listen, you got your agenda, but didn't he score the goal again on the weekend? So how does that work with your agenda?
Because what I want to see, and I've been consistent on this ever since Rob said he wanted to run him over with his van. I want to see a 4-3-3. I don't want to see Morgan Gibbs White in the 10. Yeah. I don't want to see Morgan Gibbs White on the wing. Just
the next game. My God.
Exactly. Rob, you defend him. Defend him, Rob.
Rob, you're reacting to one game. We have seen.
He's our top scorer in the league, you muppet.
We have
exactly. At least you call him a muppet. I was going to call him a moron again.
We have seen consistently for years that MGW is the first name on the team sheet. And he is not. Don't get me wrong. If he was consistent, he would be one of the best players we've ever seen at Forest. But he's so inconsistent that for me, he's got to go. If we can get £70 million for Morgan Gibbs White, you've got to sell him.
Right, then that means that we can't.
You're speechless, Rob. You're literally speechless. You are literally speechless.
No, it means that it can't play 4-2-3-1 anymore.
I don't want to play 4-2-3-1 anymore.
Yeah, but you might want to in some games.
I don't in any games. I never want to play 4-2-3-1 again. Ever.
Right, okay. So that's like only how we won all those games last year, like against Man U, Man City.
We
don't want that anymore.
Rob, when McAtee was playing the other day in a 4-3-3, McAtee looked better than Morgan Gibbs-White. When Yates was playing the other day
against Barros, right?
Yates looks better than our supposed £70 million highest paid player ever.
Okay, can I throw a little spanner in the works, Rob? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
When Morgan Gibbs-White played on right wing, he looked better than he did in Cam in certain games.
Not under Cooper though.
No, I'm talking. He did it under Ange when we played Real Betis. He looked brilliant on the right wing.
Listen, I'd like to see 4-3-3 some of the time. I agree that we've been far too stuck on 4-2-3-1. But let's give an example, right? Home game after next, Liverpool at home. You want to play a 4-3-3 in that game and drop Morgan Gibbs-White, do you?
Yeah.
All right, so he scored at Liverpool, but you don't think he scored most of our recent
conversation.
Honestly.
Let me do the super chats. Chris with another £2.
Put that comment up, Crypto Talk Shite. I bet you don't put that one up. I bet you don't put that one up, do you? Because it's still on the comments, isn't it?
Super chats are being done. I can't
put it up.
I can't because the super chats are being done. It's impossible.
Chris with another £2 goes, embarrassed for you both, and it's a shame. That's that.
Rob Benez, I agree, Chris. I agree.
Thank you for the £2, Chris. Thank you. Here's the real one. Here's the real one, Matt. The guy.
Hey, Matt. How you doing, guy?
Yeah, all the same. Matt, you need to have some serious words to Chris, Matt. I'm just saying, Chris is.
When's he coming on anyway?
Well, Matt's very busy. He will come on. Chris is the one hiding. I think we'll get them both on together. You just sat on a throne, Ez.
I got told off for making too much noise. I got kicked out. it is 1:30 in the morning here. Have the neighbours complaining.
Yeah, dirty stop out you are.
Big up, Matt, for the 4.99. He says chump change. I think you said that, Rob, a bit earlier on. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribed. All right. It doesn't look like, I'm just checking around. It doesn't look like any deal sheets have gone in. Let's cover off the game. I'm going to start with Ant because he wants to say some stuff on it. It's not past the watershed, but
yeah, no, I'm going to keep calm. I'm not going to let it upset me. I mean, yeah, in a way, I think it's pretty good that a guy my age has still got a passion for his club, unlike some people I could mention. I have standards for my club as well. I mean, a guy yesterday sat behind me, and my brother noticed it as well, by the way. An MGW was defending, as we were defending all the second half, and he actually kicked the ball out of play. And the guy behind me said, "Oh, that'll do." And I thought, that'll do. What team have you been watching? That'll do. He's kicked it out of play when he could have played a ball down the line, or he could have played a ball into midfield. And that'll do because we're under that much pressure from Crystal Palace at the City Ground. Rob, don't say anything, mate, because I tell you what, right, Mark, I'm going to go through my stuff. I'm going to keep as calm as I can, and I promise you, I won't interrupt the absolute cobblers you're going to come out with later. All right,
sorry,
right. Because I am absolutely disgusted, right? And I've had enough. I've told my brother, I've already got my Wolves ticket. And I've told him after that, I'm not going back to that ground until Dyche has gone. I am going back until Dyche has gone because I can't put myself through this. After all the years of watching Nottingham Forest, we've been down in the 3rd division. You know, I've seen the best of us. I've seen the worst of us. But what I saw yesterday was shameful. Shameful. And all these people that keep saying, oh, it's good to get a draw, you know, with only 10 men. Are you having a laugh? Are you kidding me? Right, so let's go through it. I'll be as quick as I can, but then that's it.
Take your time, man. I didn't watch the game, so I want to know your opinion. I didn't get to watch the game, so go for it.
Right. First 20 minutes, obviously, we got the goal. We were passing it about. I turned again to my brother. I said, this is all right. We're doing well here. I mean, I'm actually enjoying this game. Okay, and to be honest, even up to the 45th minute, I was saying I don't feel under any pressure. I know we're going to score more goals. I'm very comfortable. I'm enjoying it. then Neco made a mistake. Now, I love Neco Williams. I adore the guy. I think he's been our most consistent player this season. But what he did yesterday was terrible. There's I don't want to hear any excuses for it. I don't want to hear, oh, it was an instinctive reaction. The guy's not a baby. He's a professional footballer with a lot of experience behind him. And what he did yesterday cost us 2 points, potentially. Okay? So it was unforgivable. And you know where I lost it? And I've got to be honest, I was a bit naughty. I stood up and started shouting at people. People were clapping him as he was coming off. Clapping him. I said, are you effing mental, you lot? The guy's just cost us the game and you're clapping him. What's wrong with you? Where are your standards? Right? So I was angry. I was very angry. But you know what made me 1,000 times angrier? When that idiot on the sidelines, oh, hang on, let me go back a little bit. I've jumped forward. After about 20 minutes, Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, this is what I never, ever belittle people that watch it on telly. I mean, I'm going to be a telly fan soon, right? I never say, oh, unless you're there. But you don't see everything when you're on the television. You do not. And Callum Hudson-Odoi went down after about 20, 25 minutes. And he badly injured it looked like his shoulder. And for the next 20 minutes, he was constantly looking over to Dyche and saying, like, my arm. And he's putting his arms out like this. He could hardly move. And that idiot leaves him on.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So the 45th minute comes. Williams gets sent off. My thought, oh, and by the way, I'd already said to my brother earlier in the game, it must be a nightmare to play against Dominguez. He's, again, not something you always see on the telly. He's everywhere. He's just constantly at people all the time. It takes him off to put Morato on, signalling not just to their players, but to our players. We're settling for a draw, lads. We're settling for a draw against Crystal Palace, who've not won a game in how long, Wolfie? Right? Against Crystal Palace. Years. They were no threat to us. No threat. We controlled that game easily. I can see you. I can see you, Rob, out of the corner of my eye. You're an idiot, guy, if you're not listening. I was there. I'm telling you, this is what happened. There was no threat. So what he does, he brings on Morato.
People who are silent.
Hang on, Rob. Morato he brings on and takes off Dominguez. Why? Tell me why. Tell me why. We were down to 10 men. You know, if you attack and if you control the midfield, you don't have to worry so much about what's happening at the back. That's the way you go if you're a good manager with a good squad that's better than the team you're playing, like ours. Right? You control the midfield and you attack. Easy. I've seen 10 men win loads of games. In fact, Brentford won a game against Aston Villa away with 10 men. Just saying. So it's no excuse. And then at half time, I'm fuming. And I said to Nathan, I don't know if I can stay for the second half. I don't know if I can stay.
Hold on.
But I did stay. And the first thing I see is Ryan Yates coming on. Callum Hudson-Odoi. So he's finally accepted the fact that Callum Hudson can't play with a broken arm after 25 minutes. But he takes him off and he brings on Ryan Yates. Now, Ryan Yates was fine. I've got no problem. But again, what it is saying is we're here to defend. And I've nearly finished. And I sat in my seat and I was so angry. But you know what? More than being angry, I was bored. Right? Yeah, well, some of us like football, mate. Some of us like our club and like football, mate. Don't put them up if you don't want me to react to them.
Sorry, but that was funny. I did. That was me. I found that funny. Sorry, carry on.
Right. I was bored, and I'm telling you now, and I don't know if this came across on television or not, but I was sat in the Trent end, and our players, all 10 of them, were on the edge of our box for the majority, and they, Crystal Palace, mind you, Crystal Palace, were passing it around across midfield. They don't get me wrong, they weren't doing anything, but passing it around, and we never, ever put them under pressure. We never tried to force a mistake. We just sat there like bloody lemons, waiting for them to attack us. And that's pathetic, because if we have got the squad and the players available to have put it on them, and I don't want to hear this 10 men, it's such a rubbish argument. Because what happens when you got 10 men often is that each individual player just tries that little bit harder. There's that little bit more togetherness, and you can go for it. I've seen it. Don't pull that ugly face, Rob. You look like you've shit yourself, mate. Right? So that man Dyche, and I'm telling you now, guys. I've been going to Forest for 50 odd years. And I am now at the stage where I've got my Wolves ticket, but after that, I'm not going again until that guy is gone. He is killing our club. Killing it. We're an embarrassment. So I didn't mean to get quite as excitable as that, but you know, the passion does come out. I've said what I need to say, and I'm not going to interrupt anybody else, because I know that there'll be people that don't agree, and that's fine, obviously, of course it is. You know, despite what I sometimes say, you know.
Someone from my work just texted me and said, can Ant let his feelings know about Dyche? He can't tell. He can't tell.
I tell you what, mate, people pull me down for getting so. But I love my club, and I can see what's happening to it. And we were in a position at the beginning of the season where we were in a fantastic position to go forward. I'm not blaming that on Dyche. It wasn't his fault that Nuno screwed up, and it wasn't his fault that Ange was terrible. But he's not a good manager. He really isn't a good manager. Ask Everton fans; they'll tell you. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking again.
I'm only going to make a short comment on that, Ben, Rob, or Ben jump in. I'm with Ant on this, and I'm sorry. Again, I'll go back to, I made the decision very early on in the season. I am not watching this football. I'm not paying the money that it costs now to go and watch Forest and justify that, because the football is awful. We will get results. We'll get enough results to stay up, but it's not going to be entertaining. And it's not going to be worth for 55 quid minimum per game. I'm surprised it's taken Ant this long to, you know, to ask Nathan to stop buying him tickets, because I know at one point he had 4 or 5 tickets in his wallet waiting, and he wasn't looking forward to. The fact of the matter is, he wasn't looking forward to a single game. And if you can't look forward to it, the whole point of football for me is it takes you away from life. You know, it should be something that gives you that little bit of, you know, some things to look forward to, excitement, whatever. But the excitement, has died for me this season. He didn't take Europe seriously enough. I don't think we'll get through a 2-leg against, who is it, Fenerbahce or whoever we get in the next leg. So for me, this season is just about seeing it out and making sure we finished above the dotted line. That's not exciting enough for me to want to be paying 55 quid a game for it. So I'm with Ant, and I've been with Ant for a long time on this one. I made my decision very early on. I'm not going to be paying money to watch his football. Now, you can say he's doing a job. He will do a job. He's a firefighter. We brought a firefighter in 2 months into the season. That's because we had such a shit start and we self-imploded. But I'm with him, mate. I didn't watch it. I think, unfortunately, maybe by the sounds of what you guys have said there, I didn't get to watch a game. I saw very brief highlights. I thought what Neco did was unlike him, obviously, but also unnecessary. It looked like from every angle that I did see it from, but he could either Murillo could have jumped and it wouldn't have even got to him, or that he could, if he just stretched, he would have actually got his head to it. But I don't know. Either way, it was a stupid decision. He has been exemplary, you know, since Nuno came in, to be honest. He's been one of our most aggressive players, most improved players. He's made a mistake. I'm not going to hold that against him, but I wouldn't be clapping him off the pitch after that. But anyway, guys, over to you guys, because I didn't see enough of a match to really give you comments on it.
You sound like a Dalek.
Go on, you can jump in now.
I mean, go on, Rob.
Sorry.
Let me bring Rob in on this one, because apparently you're putting faces on
what this podcast has reached a new low when you get sworn at for frowning.
You weren't frowning. You were doing this, Rob.
That's my face. I've got a resting bitch face. Just deal with it. Indeed. Especially when I'm fucking listening to you.
No, you've got a resting I've shit myself face.
Listen, you're gonna get. You're going to be surprised by this. So I wasn't there. I've only seen TV footage, but I actually agree with a lot of what you've just said. Just not the the message behind it, it just get this man out of our club. I'm disappointed because with the other results that happened this weekend, it was all perfectly set up for us to get ourselves to 28 points, have a lovely, nice... I mean, I was more delighted by Chelsea scoring that last-minute winner against West Ham than anything that happened at the City ground. So it was all set up and we didn't take our opportunity. Now, we never lose to Crystal Palace, and I don't think that we ever will. But I have to say that fixture is one that we've not won in the No, we've won it one time in the previous 3 attempts. I've been to the last 2. Last year, Chris Wood just managed to get a lucky shot that Henderson fumbled into the goal, and Palace had Eddie Nketiah up front. But they are quite a hard team for us to beat at the City ground. Now, I think that you seem to be blaming Dyche for what Neco Williams did.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. No, I did say, Rob, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to respond to that. I did say that was 100% Neco Williams.
Yeah. So I do think that the subs were a little bit panicky, like throwing Morato on straight away. It didn't seem like the right thing to do. Taking off Dominguez didn't seem the right thing to do. My frustrations are mainly we still so vulnerable in the 46th minute. I mean, nobody's spotted that pattern yet. Why not? We still can't defend corners. I mean, it seemed to be the tactic to get 1-0 up and lock it down. And we beat them last year 1-0. The only time we've beaten Palace at home. And Dyche was probably just thinking, right, we'll just rely on the defence, keep things tight. And then that happens. And yeah, I can see it looks to me a little bit like he's panicked, but we could have let another goal in. There was still time to let another goal in before half time. So, but it's annoying that we can't defend corners. It's annoying also that we pose no threat whatsoever from set pieces ourselves, because that should have been when you've got 10 men and you're keeping it tight at the back, set pieces should be your main chance to actually nick something from the game. You're not going to break somebody down with a flow-in counter-attack, not with 10 men, not when they've got the man over, but, you should be able to pose a threat from set pieces, and we didn't. So that's what's bothering me so much. But all I would say is that you're saying, why didn't we attack more? Palace posed no threat to us whatsoever. Well, that could be because we settled for the point and we set the defence up well. So you can view that as glass half full or glass half empty. You could say, why didn't we attack more when they were clearly no threat? Or you could say they were clearly no threat because we decided just to lock down the point. And I think with the 3 points that we got at Brentford, which was like a bonus, you can then accept a draw from that game. I wouldn't have accepted a draw before kickoff, but from 10 men at half time, there's some logic in that. I mean, if we'd lost when everybody else had lost, we wouldn't have taken the opportunity at all. At least we've crept level with Leeds now. And now if we go away and beat them, then we'll forget all about that Palace game. So, look, and I actually agree with 90% of what you said. It sounds to me like the in-game management was bad. The communication was bad. But ultimately, I'm saying the game was a non-event. The game was a non-event. It's another one of those that we won't even think about after the season.
Rob, you're spot on that if we go to Leeds and turn them over, you're absolutely right. The Palace game will go, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to change my mind about watching it. You know what I mean? But that's my personal decision. That's up to me. But I do agree with you that if we turn Leeds over, the Palace game will be forgotten. Of course it will. But that's
it's like Dyche said about...
That's what being a football fan is, isn't it?
It's like Dyche said about the Everton game, and I think he said about the the Braga game. It was like, okay, if your chances aren't going in, fine, but don't lose it. And I think, he's settled for a draw. He's locked it down. I would actually like to comment on how well our defence is doing, because in the last 6 games, we've only conceded 3 goals, 2 of which we scored ourselves, and the other one was a penalty. So actually, the defence is firing on all cylinders at the moment. The couple of injuries that we've got going to Leeds give me cause for concern, because we just about settled back down to the regular defence again. But anyway, look, you can say we should have attacked more because Palace was so crap, or you could give us a credit for completely nullifying their threat.
I think the frustration for me was, I don't know, maybe it was Dan that said it. For the first 20 minutes, it's actually a really interesting football game to watch. It was back and forth. It was a bit basketball-like. Okay, you haven't got much control over it, but I felt we were creating the better chances. I think Igor Jesus should have scored that one that Gibbs White squared to him. He was just half asleep and didn't react quick enough. And there was one or two other chances we created. Palace created next to nothing, even when the game was open. I didn't have some frustration. And I look at it and I think, you know what? These players are good. They just have to be put into the right tactic, into the right setup, and just let them play some football and just don't worry about, you're going to concede goals. You're going to concede goals, especially if you go more front foot. But like, it's done. I don't know if you want to add anything, Ben, and then we'll do a roundup on the transfers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try and say my bit without anybody rage quitting. The thing is, the problem I've got with Ant and Ez is that I feel like, and Ez said this. Ez said that a few months ago he clocked out with Sean Dyche, and I feel like no matter what Sean Dyche does, he will never be good enough because you've already made that decision.
Yeah, but that's their thoughts. What's yours?
Exactly. Where's your agenda?
Hey, he's quite right to think that.
Yeah, it's true. You guys will agree.
But we know that you're not stating anything no one knows. I'm with that. I've said on a video, even if he won the league, I'd want to sack him. Okay. So I've got the biggest agenda. If I want to know what you think, not what
you
they
even
think.
said you hope we get relegated, so then we'll sack him.
Yeah, I said if it means we have to get relegated to get rid of him.
Rob,
so be it.
Rob, you got to stay out of this one with that Steve Cooper comment, man. Look, I think 10 men. I don't think you can have a massive expectation to win. Yes, you could win. You could go on the attack and you could win, but then you risk conceding more. So I think if you go down to 10 men with such a long time,
let him finish.
You say so, Ant, but 1 point is better than potentially getting no points. Is my thought. I understand what you mean. Yes, you could go and attack. Yes, you could try and win the game, but it's risky business if you're going to leave yourself open at the back.
You don't have to be reckless, do you? You could still have the same 4 defenders at the back. You just attack with one less player. It's not complicated.
Yeah, I know. In hindsight, it could work 50% of the time. It might not work. But the thing is, even if we won the game, you guys would praise the players and not Dyche. But the thing with Neco Williams, I agree that he needs to be thinking as his rage quit. He needs to be thinking. If I touch this ball, one, they're probably going to score from the penalty because you nearly.
He wasn't thinking. He wasn't thinking.
Well, that's what I mean. So I'm not blaming Neco Williams because it is pure instinct. He had maybe half a second to react, and he's just thought, "I'm going to stop it." Now, yes, if he had time to think, he would think logically. There's no point me stopping this because I'm going to get sent off. They're probably going to score anyway, and so what's the point? But he's got a split second where he's just done something stupid. And the reason why I don't really want to blame him is because Neco Williams is consistently one of our best players, and I'm going to let it slide. If that was somebody else doing it who's inconsistent, then there'd be a problem, and some of my agendas would arise. But Neco Williams has been so good for us this season, and I did see a stupid comment on Twitter that said if we get relegated this season, 100% of the blame is on Neco Williams. I mean, that it's just.
Sure, you didn't write that.
It's a pathetic comment. Like, he hasn't cost us a season. You can argue if he cost us.
How many has he won us as well? Yeah,
exactly. He's been a good player. The one thing that does annoy me about Dyche is, and this is not working, and it hasn't worked for 2 or 3 games now. Why is Ndoye coming on as almost like a false 9 when Jesus comes off? We've just signed Luca. We've signed Luca. He's there. He's on the bench. He's ready to play. Why bring Ndoye on? What has Ndoye done recently where in the number 9 he scores goals for us? He doesn't. I don't understand that substitution.
Or Taiwo.
Bring a striker on.
My boy Taiwo.
I preferred Taiwo. I preferred Taiwo, yeah.
Look, Taiwo did okay the last game. Whatever it may be. why is Ndoye coming on when you've got 2 strikers on the bench? I don't understand it. Like, it's not the right thing to do. And
No, but
the one thing I dislike about him
sorry.
is his substitution choices, like taking Domingo off. Domingo is one of our best players at the moment, which I think is the reason why all of a sudden we've sold Douglas Luiz, because he's realised that Domingo can be a starter for us. But yeah, I'm not happy with Dyche's subs, but I do think he deserves some credit, because I know you guys hate the stats, but you know, he must be pushing 45% win percentage plus a few draws. I don't think it's as bad as some of you guys make out.
Have you seen the squad we've got?
Crypto, you conflating 2 things. Like I said earlier, it's not about the results, it's the style of play. He'll get us enough results to get us over the line by the end of the season. But the style of play is awful. It's awful.
But as that's
it's so reactive.
I think
it's not my opinion. It's facts. The style of play is awful. That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
I think our style of play. I think the football under Dyche is actually more entertaining than it was under Nuno and Steve Cooper.
Oh my God. Again, you're trolling again, so I'm not even going to respond to that comment.
Look what happened to me. It's not worth it.
We looked classy against Ferencváros. We looked classy, okay? And then those 2 goals that we scored against Brentford were the first and second best goals we've scored this season. Both were excellent goals, right? And you seem to be looking at this game as if we hadn't won the previous 2 games. So I think I'm going to come down to Crypto's point of view, which is you've basically got a filter on anything that's good that's happened is removed from your eyesight. And you know, it's like
what good's happened?
What's left is like Postecoglou all over again.
He's been here. We've won some games. A bag of cement can coach the players that we've got to get some results every now and again. The players we've got are excellent players.
That's why you take it too far.
Hang on, they're excellent players. That's not down to managerial acumen. It's not down to motivation and fantastic tactics and formations. It's not. It's just the fact that we've got some very, very good players. That is what is frustrating about them being blunted by this bloody prick that we've got on the sideline.
I've got to say that
I was
just going to say quickly, and it doesn't really affect much, but you know, you could argue it's not really. No one really cares, but the one player who has improved under Dyche is Ryan Yates, and Ryan Yates came out.
Sangare as well.
Ryan Yates came out in an interview a few weeks ago, and he said the management have told me to play forward, and since he's done that, he's looked better. You can't deny that Ryan Yates.
I hear it, Ben. I hear it, Ben.
Say, yes,
we've told him for the last 4 years to play forward. Like that's not rocket science.
Yeah, but obviously we'd be better managers than Dyche.
Okay, if he was that good, why isn't he the star?
Because you've got one player that's a Dyche player that has improved at the cost of the rest of the squad. That's great.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
If you look back to Ange, we didn't win a single match.
Ange. Oh God, don't even talk about Ange. I don't even want to think about that guy. See, people think, oh, nobody's good enough for Forest. Damn right. Not everybody is good enough for Forest. And Ange wasn't good enough for Forest. And Dyche is not good enough for Forest. Is that such a bad thing to be saying?
It's not, but I just don't think we've given him a chance.
And you talk about percentages and his win percentages and all that sort of thing. I keep telling you, Crypto, we have such a good squad of players that they're going to get results no matter who's on the sideline.
They were in 19th position when Sean Dyche took over, and
no, we weren't.
Yeah.
Yes, we were. We were in 19th position.
18th. The thing is,
that's
the point. Our squad is so good that anyone could coach them to success, but they were in 18th place when he took over.
Okay.
What position are we in now?
Yeah, we've gone up one place.
What position are we in now?
We've also gone up about 22
No. What position are we in now? What position are we in now?
We've got 26 points, 22 of which
No, Rob, I asked you a question. Can you just answer? I know you're a politician, but can you just answer for once? Just answer the question. What position are we in now?
Right, we're in 17th, but we're level. We're joint 16th, actually.
One place.
Yeah, but that's based on other teams winning as well.
Hold on.
We were about 9 points adrift. Jesus.
Okay, no, we weren't. And if you want to do that game, Rob, how many points were we from the top 4 when Dyche took over, and how many points are we from the top 4 now, or the top 7? It's like everyone's going to make. My point here is everyone's going to make the stats go towards their own
We've
agenda.
taken 8 points from our last 4 league games. And you think that it was Armageddon?
No, that's not what's being
that.
discussed. That's not.
So
anyway, this is the transfer stream. This is a transfer stream, right? So
just say quickly. Someone from Works just sent me a win percentage of the last 17 Nottingham Forest managers, and Sean Dyche is second with 56%.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
do you think Sean Dyche? Wait, hold on. Do you think Sean? What's the win percentage?
Because he has a better win percentage right now. You're saying he's a better manager than Brian Clough.
Yeah, wait. And chill.
Yeah, but I didn't say that. I didn't say he's better than Brian Clough. That's
the inference that you're making. That's the inference.
I said second. Brian Clough's number 1.
Okay. All right, Frank Clark then. He's a better manager than Frank Clark. He has a better win percentage right now.
Yeah.
Do I think Sean Dyche is a better manager than Frank Clark?
Yeah.
Well, what I would do is I'd wait a few more seasons.
I would guess. Hold on. I would wait. I would guess that
I saw that team in 95 minutes.
Wait, and
let me
just. I would guess that Bassett is high up there. Hold on. Is Bassett high up there on that list?
Let me have a look. And let me just caveat though. I didn't see some of these managers that you saw, so I can't compare them like you can. Dave Bassett is 1% less on 44%.
Okay, and Dave Bassett basically walked the championship with Van Hooijdonk and Kevin Campbell up front. So the win percentage has got to be context to it, bro.
Okay,
like Frank Clark was a better manager than Bassett, but Frank Clark wouldn't have won as many games.
No, I agree there's got to be context, but let's say you compare it to Sean O'Driscoll, who played about the same amount of games. His win percentage was 38%. So that's
in the championship.
Why are you talking about win percentages and how many games?
He had Collymore.
Mate. Can't you use your eyes?
In the other
right. I was at Sheffield Wednesday away when we won 7-1. You will never, ever see more beautiful football played than that. That was under Frank Clark, right?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that Dyche could have produced that performance, because I'm telling you now, he could not.
Yeah, but you don't. It's not all about
that whole season was beautiful.
It's a disgrace that you're even bringing our great managers into the discussion with this.
Yeah, but and
a disgrace, mate. You're a disgrace.
And the performances are never going to be the same. It's about the results. I care about the results.
It's not about the results. Do you not get that? Football is not purely. I'm sorry. I know we're living in 2026. But football is not purely results. It's
yes,
not.
It is, Dan. You're relegated.
No, it's not.
18, 19, or 20 in the table. Don't give a shit about
it might be for you guys. It might, but I like to see good football. That's the reason I go to it.
I like to see Premier League football.
And I agree.
Really? Was that Premier League yesterday? That utter tripe that I watched.
And I agree
with
you.
Time out.
I agree with you. But if a manager wins 7-1, what's to say another manager can't win 3-1?
Time out. Let me just make it nice and simple, right? There is nothing.
How would Brian Roy play under Dyche? Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I'm not saying he would.
Time out. Let's just keep it nice and simple. There's no rule that says you can't play attractive football and be a Premier League team, and there's no rule that says that you can't get points not being an attractive team. Okay. Like football works in many
I paid
different ways.
£55 a bloody time to go down there. Not like you sit on your arse watching.
Okay. But my point here is, let me just make the point, because I gotta go on another stream. Let me just make the point. You cannot compare any of these managers to each other without context. Paul Hart used to play some of the best football at Forest.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And that was all championship football. So you can't compare what Dyche did or Cooper did or Ron Atkinson. We're going to put Ron Atkinson in there and others. Like it's such a silly stat that people have been trying to throw around on these manager comparisons. Because also, if you wanted to compare it, if they wanted to do a true reflection of what Dyche has done, then you're going to have to compare exact stats for stats. How many games Dyche played? I don't know, 15 games or whatever.
That's what I was saying. He need more time. That's my whole point.
Well, as more time goes on, the likelihood is he will lose more matches and that win percentage moves quicker. Anyway,
I'm not sure.
Anyway, just to wrap up, Forest haven't moved any more further as things stand now. Luca Netz is confirmed at 2.1 million, the new left back. You got Ortega, the goalkeeper from yesterday. That's a fantastic signing, by the way. And Lorenzo Luca, as well as the other striker. Zinchenko out, Kalamawendo out, and Douglas Luiz out as well. Okay, that brings a close to the transfer deadline. I'm about to shoot over to Potts' channel, so we'll be live in about 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm going to redirect you guys there. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been eventful as always. No massive marquee signing name, but I'll be across there. Just chuck in the chat there, FFTV Red. Oh, I've got a couple of super chats. Apologies. Big up to Emily. She goes, do you think we'll look at the free transfers? ASM, that's the only one that is free. I wouldn't mind a little look at him, but he can't finish. That would be the only one I look at.
After the deadline?
You can get them. You can get them. Yeah, but you got to get them before the registration.
We weren't, mate. But, you know.
Yeah. Chris with the £2, he says, we were dead and buried before Dyche came in. Bro, it was like a month into the season. We were so far from dead and buried. Thank you for the £2. And Joker says, well said, as spoken the truth about Dyche. Big up to you, Joker, for the 199. All right, slap in FFTV Raid over on Potts' channel. I'll be joining you guys in just a second. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribed. Check out OK Jerseys, scan the QR code, or click on the link. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.